Hello, everyone, and welcome to Andy Bud Parton Field here on the campus of Rocky Top Sports World. James Shannon, Eli Cornett on the call, Brendan Daniels handling the camera operator role today. Cabarrus Stallions and Anderson Cavaliers facing off in Game 3 from down here at Field 6. Earlier at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. or 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central. Freedom Cowboys, Pack Panthers JV squads matching up. And then we just wrapped up a game between the East Central Patriots and Harvest Christian. So here we go. Kickoff down to Cabarrus, field around the 25-yard line. And down across the 30 is where Cabarrus will get started. Let me pull up the roster. It was number 10 on the return for the Stallions. That is number 10, Cal Forrester, on the return. And it'll bring up an Anderson Cavaliers, 1st and 10. Eli, the first 11-man game of the day. First 11-man game of the day. Georgia Force, Virginia Spartans coming up after this right here on 8-Man Extreme. It'll be up on the main field. But first 11-man game of the day, and we'll see how it goes so far. Mixed results from the 8-man games.
Yeah, a bunch of mixed results from the 8-man games today. A little bit back and forth. We had a wild shootout to begin the first half with the Augusta Eagles and Tri-Cities, and then a kind of a bit of a defensive game against Pack Panthers and the Freedom Cowboys. So first 11-man game today. Excited to kind of sit back and relax and watch football.
Hard run there by Cal Forrester from the Cabarrus Stallions. Had the opening kickoff return. Takes the ball across the 35 down to the 37-yard line. Shotgun formation. Give. This is to number 47 for the Stallions. That is, or 42 rather, James Connolly with the carry. Well, no, it was Forrester. It was Forrester. He's their workhorse, and he's down across the 40 to the 43, and it's a Cabarrus first down.
Yeah, just a standard power play there. Good pickup, good run for Anderson right there, or rather North Carolina right there. So great job there picking up the first down. Got a good drive going here.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And for the Cabarrus Stallions, brother, I'll get the name correct at some point. But for the Stallions, Cal Forrester, workhorse running back. No point in changing it up unless he needs a breather. And in that case, you can give it to your second guy, which a big stop there for the Cavaliers. Ball carried there by number 22 for the 23 rather for the Stallions. It's going to be Tyree Prejean.
Yeah, good job hitting the hole right there, but Anderson's there to clean that up real fast.
Correction, it's number 32, Tajmek Reams.
Yeah, like I just said, hitting the hole right there, but a bunch of Anderson defenders there to clean that up. Only getting about 2 yards in the play. Good run, setting up second and long here.
Just eating clock away, and sometimes that's the key. That's the secret ingredient to getting a win is controlling that clock. Here's the first pass of the game. It's complete. This is to number 6, Braden Cheney, rather. He's across the 40 down to they'll mark it at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, just a standard screenplay here. Good job by the Anderson corner coming up, making the play. The guard's not there to get the block, and then you have 3 or 4 Anderson guys there to pick it up and make the tackle, setting up a 3rd and long situation. First, 3rd down of the game for Cabarrus.
I actually think they might have ruled it a loss of 1. So it's now 3rd and 9 coming up for the Stallions. Trying to direct traffic. Looks like number 11, Avery Harris, in at quarterback right now. And it is. Harris will air it out across the middle. Passes incomplete. In and out of the hands of the Anderson Cavaliers, number 24, Eli Still.
Yeah, just a zip motion right there, motion the receiver to the other side. Looks like he ran let's see here on the replay. He's running a crossing route on that side, not able to complete it. Good job by the corner staying on top, staying in phase, and breaking up that pass up, forcing a Cabarrus punt here to start the first drive.
So it'll be 4th and 9, presumably setting up the punt. It's going to be number 6. See if we can get a number here in a second. That was 11. Shorter punt. It'll be down at the 43, and that was Avery Harris.
Looks like you got a finger on that, so you might have tipped it a little bit, causing the punt not to go as far. Good job there. I believe that was number 24 getting his hand on the ball on that punt.
3 minutes, 24 seconds of possession time for the Stallions, and now the Cavaliers out of Anderson, South Carolina. We'll get a crack on offense. Cabarrus Stallions coming out of Cabarrus County, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. Well, if you don't have both games going here on 8-Man Extreme, got another exciting game going on just up the hill. Arendelle Parrott and Evangel Christian, I believe, has just kicked off. Let's get an update real quick. Meanwhile, here's a pass intended for Anderson's number 1, T. Morris, incomplete. Bring up a second down.
Yeah, bringing that guy in motion again, trying to get the defense off balance, going up straight verticals right there, trying to go to number 1. Just overthrows him just a little bit, but good job taking a shot. Anderson coming out aggressive here on their first down play.
Carried up the middle for not a lot. Maybe back to the, well, no, they will. They'll give them 3 yards on it. Quick update from up the hill at field 5 with 6:23 to go in the first quarter. It's APA 7, Evangel 8. Could have a good one on our hands. That field, Eli, of course, you got to call the first 2 games up there, and fun game for the first one. Tri-Cities and Augusta, 76-40 final. Just 116 points scored. It's fun.
Yeah.
Fun. And then you get a defensive battle, 14-12 between Freedom Cowboys and Pack Panthers. So you got the whole gambit up there.
Yeah, you got 2 different flavors going on today, which was pretty cool to see. Defense was non-existent. Oh, we got a big stop here.
Ball carried by number 44 for the Cavaliers, Adrian Tatum.
Yeah, and that was just a blitz. They brought 5 there up front. Weak side backer blitzes right through the A-gap, able to stop the running back right in his tracks for a loss of 1, setting up a 4th down and potential punt here for Anderson.
Trying to see where the yard marker.
It's sitting at the 45.
Right behind the first down. Oh, they're hiding it behind the first down marker. Got it. I see it now. There's 7:19 to go here in the first quarter. Punt is away. It'll bounce at the Cabarrus 42. Go across the 30. Great little 10-yard roll for him. Down to the 27-yard line. And that is where the Stallions will take over. A little quick kick from the Cavaliers. Stallions. Ball spot at the 27.
Look for another run here. They're coming out in a power formation, double wing to the right.
Avery Harris in at quarterback. Kyle Forrester in the backfield, and a power run up the middle, like you said, to the 39. Forster's a big boy, Eli.
Yeah, he's a big boy. You see, even after contact, he still falls forward for about 2-3 yards. So that should be their game plan, run it down their throat. Anderson unable to stop that first down run. So like you said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So great first play there for their second drive.
Just for a little context, let me pull up their record from last year real quick. Let's see. It did. So the Anderson Cavaliers last year, 4-6.
Look for the same thing here, probably coming back to the left.
Harris airs it out across the middle, incomplete. Pass was intended for number 25, that's Eli Dempsey. So last year, Cabarrus 5-6 on the season, Anderson 4-6, and they both play in the Southern Independent Football League. Cabarrus ended up going 3-1, Anderson 2-2. If I'm not mistaken, Georgia Force and Cabarrus played for their championship. So it was Anderson. Let's see, where's Cabarrus? There's Cabarrus. They're actually built out in Kannapolis, North Carolina. But Cabarrus last season, played the Georgia Force up here in Gatlinburg, a overtime classic. 327, and then they rematched in the championship game, and Georgia Force got the better of them 43-8, but a championship appearance there. Harris swallowed up, eaten up. That was number 65 for the Stallions, Bryson Puckett.
Yeah, if you look here on the replay, it looks like his knee's down before he gets clobbered up, so probably not too much of a loss to down. Like, look, running back goes the wrong way, knees goes down right there, then he gets clobbered up. So looking for a third down and long either way. But running back goes the wrong direction. That's what created that little bit of a mistake. But different quarterback coming in number 3 for Cabarrus.
And Puckett's helmet did come off, so he'll have to come off the field for a play.
They're going twins to the field, twins to the left. Oh, sorry, they're going doubles.
Cabarrus, Elijah Boyd in at quarterback now. Drops, looking, fires across the middle. He throws, and Forrester almost came up with that. Cannot believe himself. And he didn't come away with it, but what an effort to high point that ball, Eli.
Yeah, that was a great effort right there. See, it's just 4 verts at this point. Heck, just launch the ball. Someone will go up and get it. Forrester almost comes down with it. Just not able to reel that in that time. But I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to that because all 4 guys beat their man on that. So you got to feel okay if you're the Cabarrus coaching staff, knowing that you have 4 receivers that can beat this Anderson secondary.
Great coverage there by number 24, Eli Still. By Harris again. It's blocked. Anderson trying to scoop it up, and they will at the 15. If I'm not mistaken, that's number 17, Ty Earl, with the recovery and great field position for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, great field position. Way to get in there and get your hand on that punt. He almost blocked the last one, but actually that almost went off the wedge's head there. Looks like the ball kind of got hit there, but good thing for them getting their hand on there, setting up Anderson for good field position in the red zone and scoring position.
Looks like Braxton Johnson with the block. And like I said, Ty Earl with the recovery. So Cavaliers ball spotted at the 14-yard line, knocking on the door. They've got a chance to put 6, maybe 7 on the board, depending on if they kick extra points, which they should. Here's a carry by Earl He's down to the 10. There is a flag sitting at about the 18-yard line.
It's either a hold or offsides here.
Let's see what we call.
I think it's an illegal formation.
Yeah, illegal formation. 2 minute in the backfield. 2 minute in the backfield is the call. And so Anderson will be moved back. We're going to spot this at the 19-yard line. So one of those rare situations is going to be 1st and 14 instead of 1st and 10. You know, you might have 1st and 15, 1st and 20. Rarely see 1st and 14.
Yeah, see here, they're going doubles tight, so look for a speed out, something to get up quick. Oh, they're going to call timeout here.
Anderson will burn their first timeout of the game. Let me update the screen here and give Cabarrus all of their timeouts back. Step aside. This is the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. We're back with 4:18 to go here in the first quarter. Here's a carry up the middle. Anderson pounding the football and initial push across, maybe to the 15. Earl with the carry. It'll bring up a Cavaliers 2nd and 11.
Yeah, just a power, just a QB power right there, trying to get up, get some yardage, set up a good 2nd down situation. So good job right there getting a couple yards. Cabarrus is able to stuff that pretty easily. Not able. They picked up about 4 yards right there. So good job for Anderson picking up that.
Second and 11 for the Cavaliers. Coming up on 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. No score. Earl with the quarterback keeper. He takes it across the 15 to the 13. And at this point, Eli, Cavaliers just chunking away. This is going to be a ground and pound game. Every time a team has tried to air it out, hasn't quite gone well, but what has been consistent is the run game.
Yeah, the run game's been really consistent. Both defenses as well has been very good at stopping the run, trying to figure each other out. It's kind of a game you like to watch. Big boys battle in the trenches. So in for a good one. You see some big boys out there moving, getting their blocks. See some D linemen getting back there as well. So very good matchup here that we have today. Ground and pound, just like the game we had last game we had against the Freedom Cowboys, Pack Panthers. Just a ground and pound, run the clock down. Whoever's going to have the ball last is most likely going to win, or has the ball and controls the clock is most likely going to win as well.
That's the same team that scores the most points, correct?
Yes.
Earl with the quarterback keeper around the right-hand side. Looking for the edge. First man misses. Second man, that's Forrester trying to pull the ball out. He does, and it's still inbounds. It's going to be picked up by number 18 for Cabarrus. He's across the 30, down to the 25, and it is a first down for Cabarrus.
Great effort there by Cabarrus, not giving up on the play, getting the ball out from Earl, able to scoop it up, hit the sideline. Go, young fella, go, as he goes and streaks down the sideline and is eventually caught by two Anderson players, setting up Cabarrus pretty good right outside the 20.
Forster with the strip, and Jackson Chilcoe with the recovery and return. So a huge defensive play there for the Stallions. And you could kind of see, like, right off the bat, they knew what they wanted to do. They wanted to get the ball, and they wanted to force the turnover, and that's what they did.
That's exactly what they did, and they were able to really execute that, get the ball out. Earl had been holding the ball out just a little bit. You really want that ball high and tight to keep it away from the defense, but Cabarrus is able to take advantage of that and get right back on offense. And they've been able to run the ball at will as well. So very interested to see here what Cabarrus is able to do. They've really only thrown the ball on third and long situations.
Timeout, Cabarrus. They will burn their first of the day, and we will step aside. This is the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8 Man Extreme. First and 10, Cabarrus. After the strip and the return down into positive territory. Harris in the pistol. Give. This is to number 23 for the Stallions. It's going to be Tyree Prejean. And bring up a second down. They're going to say he lost a yard.
Yeah, he was supposed to hit the hole right there, right between the tight end and the tackle, but he's able to bounce it out. Anderson does a really good job of cleaning it up. He has no choice but to bounce it outside, and a bunch of Anderson defenders are there to meet him. So lost a yard right there, but they've been able to run the ball at will right here. So I don't think this is going to faze them any bit.
Coming up on, we're around a minute and a half left in the first quarter. Harris, the pitch, and a great stop there. That's Forster with the carry. That's number 1, T. Morris with the stop for the Cavaliers. A little trip up there, and sometimes, Eli, that's all you can do is just put a hand on a cleat, and that's all you need to do sometimes.
Any effort at all is good for me. You know, just trying to make a play right there. Stick your hand out. It doesn't always have to be a full-on tackle. That's what coaches are hoping for. But any effort at all can sometimes work out for you.
And the game clock. See, our clock is just slightly off. Adjusted to match the game clock. Harris rolling right, throws, hit as he threw, but pass is complete up to the 17-yard line, and it will take the ball back into the original 10 yards.
Yeah, they're going with that double tight formation. Just runs a little speed. It looks like a comeback right there. Able to make the grab. Only a gain of 2, but still setting up Cabarrus for a third down situation inside the red zone.
that'll do it for the first quarter. We have a scoreless game between the Cabarrus Stallions and the Anderson Cavaliers. This is the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. We're back with the second quarter. We're going to get this scoreboard figured out here. Get some logos and such figured out. Get it looking nice for everyone. Get that Anderson Cavaliers logo squared away. Meanwhile, here's Cabarrus knocking on the door. Hit as he throws and incomplete. Across the middle. Eli, I will say the pressure that Anderson's been able to put on Cabarrus just been consistent. That's the word that comes to mind for me is consistent.
It's consistent, but it's just a four-man rush. You're not bringing anybody extra. So it's just a four-man rush. So that Cabarrus defensive line is really doing a great job stuffing up that run and getting to the passer. So, again, great job, as you saw on the replay a few seconds ago. Four-man rush, they're really giving the Anderson offensive line everything they can handle right now.
It's really just a matter of, correct me if I'm wrong, but just do your job, do your assignments. You know what your role is, and do it. And they've been consistent and successful with it so far the whole first quarter.
Yeah, exactly. They've been consistent the whole first quarter. They've shut down Anderson when it has come to. They've shut down Cabarrus when it's come to passing situations on the defensive front and the secondary. They really haven't been able to get anything off. So great job there by Anderson forcing the turnover on downs.
And they're going to force Forrester to leave the field. Let's see what might be going on. Maybe bleeding a little bit. Yep, a little bit of blood on the arm, and they're going to make him leave the game so far. Across the middle, pass is tipped and in the air, unable to bring it in. Is anybody in the vicinity? And at quarterback right now, you've got Tyler Eady for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, just another deep shot there for Anderson. Tipped up, a little bit of a tip drill right there. So
Oski drill.
Little bit of an Oski drill. Two Anderson defenders are there to pick it up. Could have picked that one off the tip, but again, great defense by Anderson.
And a good throw too, just unable to hold it in.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's Eady with the carry. And he is forced out of bounds, but not after a gain up to the 23-yard line.
Looks like there's a late hit as well. here on the replay.
So it'll move the football even further. Line of scrimmage will get moved. Let's see where they spot it. So between the run and the hit, they're going to spot the ball at the 38-yard line. And it'll be an Anderson 1st and 10. Edie's still in at quarterback. He's one of those big quarterbacks, Eli, that he's going to hurt when he hits you and he can sling the football.
Yeah, he can sling the football as he drops it back right here.
Fires incomplete. Pass intended for number 9, Sanatez Madison.
Yeah, we've seen that the last couple of games. The passing has really not been that great, at least up top where I've been. Not a lot of completed passes. A lot of these quarterbacks are first time playing quarterback for their teams and haven't really thrown a football in a real game in the last several months. So just kind of settling those nerves, getting calmed down, really setting your feet, working through those mechanics that your coaches have taught you all spring and all summer. So you just got to settle in, complete those passes. The receivers are going to get open. Those receivers are going to make catches. You just have to put the ball where your guy can go get it.
Quick update from Evangel Christian and Arendelle Parrott. Here's the deep pass on the right-hand side. Caught by Forrester. He wins that jump ball down at the 35-yard line, and they're going to say,
no, that's an interception. It's an interception.
Caught by Forrester for an interception.
Yeah, as you see here, they're in doubles again. They really like that doubles empty formation. Just kind of throws that vertical route again. We've seen a lot of vertical plays. Forrester just undercuts it, gets up. Good job high pointing the ball and brings it down to set up Cabarrus on offense once again.
Pass slightly underthrown there by Edie. And so it's a 1st and 10 for Cabarrus from the 45. Got a fun game going on in the other field. Just started the second quarter. It's Evangel 22, Arendelle Parrott 13. So 1st and 10 for the Stallions. And we get some whistles here. Not sure what the whistle is for.
Maybe a equipment malfunction or something?
So I'm hearing that the original penalty call was illegal substitution on the defense, but they have waved that flag off.
Going in the pistol again.
Give up the middle. And back up to the original line of scrimmage.
Both defensive lines just eating right now on both sides, for both teams. The run, they were able to pop a few runs. Cabarrus was able to pop a few runs to start the game, but nothing since. Anderson as well with that power formation, not able to get anything going as well. So these defensive fronts really stepping up for both teams right now.
Number 23, Tyree Prejean with the carry. Not able to do a whole lot with it. Bring up a 2nd and 10. Harris still in at quarterback. He's in the shotgun flanked on his right-hand side. Man in motion is Simmons. We'll get a flag here and a false start called on the Stallions. Moving back 5. Make it 2nd and 15. As you can see, clock stopped at 10:12, so we'll get that fixed real quick. motion again. Harrison, the shotgun, takes the snap, looking left, fires across the middle, intercepted by the Cavaliers. That's number 24 for Anderson. Eli Still, and he's still going into the end zone. There is a flag sitting at the 40-yard line, though.
I think an illegal blindside block on the return right there.
Number 24, Eli Still on the interception. Got a flag on the field.
So we'll check the flag here. Great run by Still. It does look like they're bringing it back, though.
Eli Still with an interception and a blocked punt before, so he's having a heck of a game right now as well for Anderson.
Blindside block called against the Cavaliers, so it will take the touchdown off the board. Now, it happened after the interception, so the turnover will stand, and it will be a Cavaliers 1st and 10.
You're the Cavaliers right here. You've been able to potentially you've had almost big plays throwing the football, so I'd go right back to that. The Stallions have been stuffing the run all afternoon, so just to get on the board, I would try to air it out. Maybe do a little bit of dink and dunk, a little speed outs, comebacks, hitches. Try to get something going. Try to instill confidence into your quarterback and get something rolling here.
Obviously, we're keeping an eye on the exciting game up the hill between Evangel Christian and the Rendell Parrott Academy. .7:22 to go in the second quarter, 22-13 ball game. So Cavaliers will have the ball at the 45-yard line.
Watch the run to the right where the Twins are.
Pass to the right-hand side. It is incomplete. Contested catch there. Several Cavaliers, several Stallions.
Easy pass falls incomplete.
We've also seen that several times. Anderson receivers running into each other, knocking the ball out of each other's hands. You got to be able to run your routes. That running back on that wheel route needs to take it just a little bit more outside to create that separation and cause a hole into the defense. Because I believe if he had gone just a little bit wider, that pass might have been completed without those two Cabarrus defenders being right there.
Looks like possibly an issue with the sideline. We'll get a timeout call here. Or is it a water timeout? Let's see. We have a whistle. The clock is stopped. Stoppage of play. No, we have a player down. I'm sorry, we have a player down on the near sideline. We're on the 35-yard line. So we are going to step aside while they tend to this player. This is the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8 Man Extreme. Not sure exactly what might be going on with Cabarrus's number one, Core McKeever, but different thoughts and prayers with him, and hopefully all the best. Being led off the field currently. Meanwhile, this is Tyler Eady. Was looking for a receiver, and that stifling Cabarrus defense was not letting anything happen.
Yeah, that Cabarrus defensive line's been after it all day, James. They've come through, sacked him a couple times already. Stands back in the pocket. That defensive lineman gets braced free, number 25. He's got nowhere to go. So right there, that's just the experience right there. If you see someone coming in, you roll out of the pocket, just throw it away at that point to avoid the loss of yardage.
So it will be a almost third and 20 for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, if you're Anderson, you're taking another deep shot here. You're just trying to get on the board at this point. Still 0-0. Both defenses are playing their tails off. So you really got to take a chance here. You haven't really had a big play besides that interception that got called back. So let's see what they're going to do here. Go with a draw play.
Handoff here to number 44 for the Cavaliers, Adrian Tatum. But nothing doing. That Cabarrus defense right there to bring him down.
Yeah, like I just said, draw up the middle. Number 25 able to make another huge play. He's been flying all over the field for this Cabarrus defense. Great job there to get the stuff. Looks like we're going to have another punt here, James. It seems to be the theme of the game, don't you think?
Number 25, Eli Dempsey, having himself an afternoon for the Stallions. And a quick kick. Down to the middle. Bounce at the 40 and keep rolling out of bounds, almost right at the 30-yard line. And that is where the Cabarrus Stallions will take over. Still a scoreless game, Eli, and so far Anderson unable to get anything going on offense. Cabarrus has done a little bit, but I think Anderson is matching their offensive output with their defensive output.
Yeah,
so
but
far.
Both defenses are playing, flying around, getting to the ball. Neither offense has been able to produce that much. Anderson was able to get inside the red zone and back in the first quarter. Not able to score there at a turnover on downs over there. So right now we're just looking at a defensive battle here. Unlike the last two games, we had two shutouts, two blowouts. So now we have both teams trying to shut each other out. So we may have a very good defensive game on our hands about to head into halftime.
Right now, Elijah Boyd in at quarterback. Handoff to Forrester. And Cavaliers defense rising to the task and stuffing him inside the 30. It'll be a loss of, see where they spot it. They actually might have given him a yard for forward progress.
Yeah, just an inside zone play right there. 4 or 5 Anderson defenders right there to clean that up. These defenses don't want to give an inch today, and they're doing that right now. So both defensive coordinators must be really happy with their defenses, based off how both defenses are playing.
If you're a defensive coordinator right now, this is a dream game for you.
It's a dream game for you. You haven't really given an inch. You haven't really given an inch. So maybe it comes down. Maybe it's a 3-0 game at the end of this, James. Just a field goal to win it.
Nice long field goal.
65-yarder.
65-yard to win it. Boyd in the shotgun. He's flanked on his left. Getting the play call, and now we'll get a timeout called here. Let's see who called it. A delay of game against the Stallions is called. They were trying to hurry up and get a call in and unable to get everybody set, everybody on the same page, and so moving back 5. So after Forrester gained the yard on first down, now it'll be 2nd and 14. Under 6 minutes to go here.
And just like Anderson, those vertical shots, you've had chances to have a big explosive play there. So I wouldn't be surprised if Cabarrus goes back. See, you're going trips to the bottom of your screen. Now he's going to go shift back to an empty set. So it looks like either a quarterback draw as he's going to motion right back. So you still have twins to the bottom of your screen. So most likely a throw as he drops back.
Pressured, and they will say he got the throw away. They will say he had forward motion. He had a throwing motion, and that's when the ball came out.
Again, James, watch this pass rush as as the running back motions back in. You have, let's see here, you got just five. They bring five. Both the defensive end and the nose are able to blow past that Stallion offensive line to come up with that big play, setting up a 3rd and long.
So it'll be third and 14 for the Stallions. Harris back in at quarterback, going with a 2-quarterback system here between Boyd and Harris.
Going trips to the top of the screen.
Harris immediately under pressure, but saved by the bell this time, not the whistle, or saved by the whistle this time, not the bell, rather. As Willie Wonka would say, wait a minute, stop that, reverse it, thank you. Illegal shift called against the Stallions. It'll move them back 5 more yards. They'll now be facing a 3rd and 19.
And again, go back to the vertical shot, but your offensive line has got to stay solid. They got to stand firm. This Anderson pass rush has gotten to them the last 2 plays. Even though that last play got called dead, they were still able to get pressure. So you really got to stand firm here. The offensive line's got to step up and give the quarterback time to get that ball off and just give the receivers time to get open. Again, going with that trips formation to the top of your screen.
Harris hit as soon as he throws, but he got the throw away to Forrester, who tried to reverse field, but he is brought down at the 20-yard line. Correction, that was not Forrester. I believe that was number 6, Braden Cheney.
Again, another defensive stand in this game. So we've had 3 and outs, we've had 4 and outs, we've had everything when it comes that you would want defensively. We've also had fumble recoveries and interceptions. The only thing we're missing is a safety, James, to make this a well-rounded defensive game.
So 4th and 19, Cabarrus set up to punt. Kick is away. It'll bounce at the 45 and go out of bounds right at the 50. It'll stop the clock with 4:13. We'll step aside. This is the Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl here on 8-Man Extreme. Sorry about that. Had some technical difficulties, but a huge pass completion for Cabarrus. Interception. Well, pass completion to the defense, but Kyle Forrester coming away with his second interception of the game.
Again, both defenses not giving anything up. Just basically turning to a receiver right there, tracking the ball. Good ball skills there by Forrester, getting the interception, forcing another Anderson turnover, and Cabarrus has set up shop inside the Anderson 10, I believe.
Ball, no, the 20. So it'll be ball will be spotted at the 15 right now. .305 to go here in the first quarter. Scoreless game, defensive battle between the Cavaliers and Stallions. Conference opponents in the Southeastern Independent Football League. This counts as their regular season matchup. Special situation for them to get to play it up here in Gatlinburg in the Black Bear Brawl here at Rocky Top Sports World. Boyd is in, fumbled the snap, and the Cavaliers have it back. So Eli, almost like a huge pass completion. Stallions got the interception and immediately turned the ball back over on a bad snap.
Yeah, just a bad snap there. Looks like it was. Let's watch the replay. Just a little bit low. Quarterback's not able to handle it. Anderson's able to fall on it. So, again, Anderson set up inside the red zone. Let's see what's going to happen now. With just right at 3 minutes left in the half. Let's see if Anderson is able to capitalize here and make this a one-score ball game.
So it'll be first and goal for the Cavaliers at the 10-yard line.
Going with that pistol formation. Look at them to run that ball again.
We get flags as soon as the play started. A false start called on the Cavaliers and move it back 5. And Eli will have a first and goal from the 15-yard line.
Not even the defense is playing the way they're playing on both teams, but the offenses have made a lot of mental mistakes, a lot of penalties that have gotten them out of scoring position on the field. So both offenses hurted themselves as much as the defenses are hurting them as well today. Anderson going with that empty set. Look at those wide splits.
Shot. This is going to be a keeper by number 1, Morris. And he's weaving his way through the Stallions' defense, and he's in. We have our first score of the game. There are no flags. There are no whistles. It's an Anderson Cavaliers touchdown.
Only took us a quarter and a half, James. Finally, our first touchdown. Good job by Anderson. Let's watch the replay right there. Able to weave. Looks like we didn't get it. A little late on the replay, but we were able. He was weaving in and out, able to cut to his right, cut back to his left, weaving in through Cabarrus defenders, able to get the touchdown there. Great job there by the Anderson offense, able to capitalize on the turnover.
The thing you'll notice about this field is only one side has the field goal post, so the extra point attempt from the Cavaliers, they will have to completely shift to the other side of the field for the extra point attempt.
I feel bad for whoever has to go get that ball after the kick.
A little bit of a picnic table area back there, and nice little shaded area, a couple trees, a little bit of forest, not terrible. Anderson will attempt the extra point eventually.
Looks like Anderson doesn't have the right personnel on the field, trying to get all their guys on the field.
Gotta love it. The big guy, number 72, Cipriano Morales, will attempt the extra point. Snap, set, kick. Good.
False start. Oh, well, no flag.
They are not calling it. And our score sits at Cavaliers 7, Stallions nothing. We will step aside. This is the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. Kickoff here for the Cavaliers after the touchdown. Stallions will return up to the 25-yard line. That's number 6, Brandon Cheney. And it'll be a Cabarrus 1st and 10.
So if you're Cabarrus, you got 2.5 minutes here. Go a little 2-minute drill. You have a few timeouts left, but you need to be able to get some points on the board and try this ball game going up into halftime.
Quick update from up the hill as 25 seconds remaining in the first half. Evangel leads APA 38-13. Evangel closing in on kicking off the season with a win, barring an upset. Comeback upset. And we'll have a timeout. Stallions will burn their second timeout of the half. So we will we'll take a break. This is the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. First and 10 for the Stallions. Ball spotted at the 26-yard line. 2:32 to go here in the first half. Cavaliers have broken a scoreless tie. Here's a carry. This is Forrester. He's down to the 30.
Number 10, Cal Forster up there. Right down by
be a gain of about 4. And bring up a Cabarrus 2nd and 6.
Yeah, so that clock is ticking. So you're wanting to go fast now. You still have 1 timeout left. So you're still looking to try to drive down the field. You still got 2:06 left in the ball game, or half, I should say. So try to get a good big play down here and burn one of those timeouts, and then try to get into the end zone after that. As they go doubles here, which has kind of been a common thing for both offenses, trying to go with that spread offense, try to air the ball out.
Boyd fires left, got his man. First man, he never really shakes. Second man comes to clean it up. Pass complete to number 2, Carter Simmons.
Oh, no.
We got another player down on the field. And Cabarrus got the opening kickoff. So Cavaliers will get it after the second half. So while they tend to the player that's down, we'll step aside. Player has made his way to the sideline. I'm going to hold off on mentioning the name. But he is walking under his own power, so I'll always love to see that. Boyd is in the shotgun for the Stallions. Give to Forrester. Hard run down to the 35, and he's maybe a yard shy of a first down.
Yeah, and those holes are open for maybe half a second, and then that defensive line for Anderson and Cabarrus both, those holes are open and they shut down real quick. So you're going to have to hit that hole hard and get what you can get. Both running backs for both teams not really being given any sort of big plays here, any big chunks amount of yardage. So clock is ticking with about 1:08 left. So you got to have to go hurry, or you're just going to decide to go into the half and make your adjustments.
Correction on my side. Forrester carried the ball up to the 30-yard line, not the 35. So it is 4th and 6. It looks like the Stallions are lining up the punt here under a minute to go in the first half. Trying to burn as much clock as possible, and they will watch the back official. Look at the play clock, try to snap it at 3. Great defensive job by the Stallions. I believe that's a number 8. Look at the back, yeah, number 8. It's going to be Hudson Patrick. Punt was fielded by number 1, T. Morris, but Patrick was all over that return as soon as he touched the football.
Yeah, great job getting downfield, making the tackle, not allowing it a return for Anderson. So Anderson, 37 seconds. You have the lead. You can do what Tri-Cities tried to do earlier. You can try to add on to your total to give you a little bit more of a comfortable lead, or you can just decide to go into halftime. So let's see what Anderson decides to do and see if they try to put this ball in or take it to halftime.
The hustle that Patrick showed, you can't coach that, Eli. That's just something that when the guy shows up, you just kind of notice that.
Yeah, and there's certain guys out there where they give you 110% no matter what. And those are the guys that you want on the field.
Edie will take a knee at the 35, and that should send us to halftime. And it will. They will wait until the clock hits 15, and they'll start heading to their respective sidelines. They'll go to their spots where they're going to take a break during halftime. We will take a break during halftime as well, and we will come back with the second half of Game 3 here at Game Field 6, Bud Parton Field on the campus of the Rocky Top Sports World. This is the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on ABN Extreme. back here to Bud Parton Field on the campus of Rocky Top Sports World. I had halftime, and then I had a little bit of a little bit longer break. What I'll say is dealing with a medical emergency with a player. I don't want to say names or speculate, so we're just going to leave that alone. But our thoughts and prayers with the player who is being tended to. Regardless, we're getting set for a second half of action, Eli, and we talked about it a little bit earlier. If you are a DC, defensive coordinator, this is your dream game. Even if you're Cabarrus, who's given up a touchdown.
Yeah, this is your dream game. You've gotten everything you've asked for. You've got two interceptions on both sides. You've had a fumble recovery. You've had a block punt. You've had everything that you've wanted or could hope for, or I could hope for as a defensive coordinator for this game. So both offenses have been very limited in what they've been able to do. So let's see if these offenses finally can put it together and try to figure out these defenses.
Kickoff is into the end zone for a touchback. Clocks will stay at 0. Or we'll stay at 12 minutes, brother. And Anderson will get the ball first here in the second half after deferring the opening kickoff. Well, for Anderson, Eli, it's been a pretty simple combination. Air the football out.
Air the football out, run it up the middle with that power formation. They've been able to do it pretty well. Haven't completed a lot of passes today. That Cabarrus pressure has been getting to them, but they've also
been able to throw the ball enough to where they back the defenders up just a little bit.
They have. They have been. It's been pass, pass, run, not what we were accustomed to seeing run, run, pass. So let's see what they're going to do here.
New quarterback in the game for the Cavaliers. Brought down at the 26-yard line. This is number 14, Nazi Prelo.
See if we got a replay on that right here. Just rolling out, is able to make the first guy miss. Able to, good juke move right there. Get back to about, he probably gained about, what's the yard marker at? He gained about 6 yards on that, so good.
Yeah,
good first play.
Yeah, they spotted at 26. Ball started at the 20 from the touchback.
Yeah, so good 6 yards on that scramble right there. Good job by the quarterback getting outside the pocket and picking up a good gain.
And the way the game has gone so far, we talked about it in the first half. Obviously about controlling the clock, but for the Cavaliers, as pass out to the right-hand side is complete. That's the number 8, Nye Holloway.
There's a flag, though. Looks like a holding call, maybe coming back.
It's going to be a false start. Looks like the receiver might have gone early. So we'll get a false start on the Cavaliers. But for Cabarrus, Eli, it's crazy. You look at a game like this and it doesn't really make sense. Cabarrus' defense has just been stifling. You've got 2 interceptions from Cal Forster. They have played a complete game on defense, offensively trying to get the ball to move, and they've been able to pound the ball with Forster, but Anderson's kind of risen to the challenge as Cabarrus' offense gets going.
Well, the difference between this game is field position. Anderson's always had really good field position based off their turnovers. They've been able to recover. Cabarrus has also been set up on the other side, on their own side of the 50. So it's really been about field position every time Cabarrus has the ball in relatively good territory. Anderson is always knocking them back.
Sorry, go ahead.
So field position's kind of been the name of the game today.
Number 9, Sanitas Madison, with the catch and run up to the 30, made the first man miss, second guy able to make the tackle, but not before the Cavaliers move the chains. And there'll be a Anderson first down.
All right, they're going to go in that empty set again like they were doing with the running back flank to the left. Look for another vertical shot.
This is still Prelo and a quarterback man in motion and a flag. And they'll get the Cavaliers for another false start, their second of the drive. Ball get moved back to the 25-yard line, 1st and 15. Eli, the Cavaliers have burned 3.5 minutes of the clock, and they've moved 5 yards.
Well, that's the name of the game, right?
And they've had a first down.
Yeah, that's the name of the game. They've burned 5 minutes off the clock, and they've been able to still keep that clock running as he drops back right here.
Here's Prelo still looking, fires, passes incomplete, intended for Jaden Glenn. And Eli, when you get a young quarterback that can scramble, but you saw it there. His eyes are looking down the field. He never stopped looking for the pass.
Yeah, he kept trying to find an open man right there. That ball was a little bit behind the receiver, but way to get it outside the pocket, make something happen, make something out of nothing, or at least give your receiver a chance to make a play on the ball.
Sometimes you just got to make chicken pot pie out of chicken scrap.
I haven't heard that one before.
8:16 to go here in the third quarter. Theodore Fernandez on camera. Eli Cornett on color and replay. James Shannon here on play-by-play.
Look for another downfield shot there in that empty set.
Prelo takes the snap. Looking up the middle, wants to throw. Hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. He took a lick. And that was Cabarrus Stallions, number 25. Eli, we talked about him. Eli Dempsey.
Eli Dempsey's been all over the field all day. He's kind of been that player for the Cabarrus defense that's kind of kept him in the game. Besides that, good field position for Anderson. He's been all over the field making plays, and I believe he's hit every single quarterback that's been in the game for the Cavaliers today. So he's been flying around. He's playing like a madman today.
That was 25, correct?
Yes, that was 25.
Okay. So Cavaliers facing a 3rd and 15. Prelo looking right, fires, cut back in the middle, intercepted. Intercepted by the Stallions. This time it's number 18, Jackson Chilco, with the pick. Cabarrus coming away with their 3rd interception on Anderson quarterbacks today. And this time, Eli, great field position for the Stallions.
Yeah, great pick off the tip, Joe, for Cabarrus right there, able to get it down to the 28-yard line. So setting up shop in good field position. Let's see if they can tie this game up and get something going with about 7:54 left in the third quarter.
So 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line for the Stallions. Coming out of Kannapolis, North Carolina. Anderson Cavaliers out of Anderson, South Carolina. Both members of the Southeastern Independent Football League. So this interesting part of this matchup, just like Cabarrus and the Georgia Force in last year's Black Bear Brawl, this counts as a conference matchup. But it is a cool situation to have a conference matchup, because you get to do it up here in Gatlinburg. Something a lot of people don't get.
No, not a lot of people. Not things that people see up in here at Gatlinburg. It's a very unique matchup today. Very excited to see how this one's going to finish.
And Cabarrus will burn a timeout here with 7:54 to go in the third quarter. We'll step aside. This is the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8 Man Extreme. back here at Bud Parton Field. Stallions on offense. Boyd with a handoff here to Kyle Forrester, and the freight train keeps moving down across the 15-yard line. Eli, I'm a big guy. I don't know that I want to be in the way when Cal Forrester has the football.
I wouldn't want to either. Look at that offensive line just moving that Anderson. First time we've really seen them move that Anderson defensive line, and look at Forrester pounding away, gaining extra yardage down to the 18-yard line. So they're setting up shop pretty good here, getting down. I believe that's not the 20. They're inside the 15.
They're at the 14 right now.
Okay, so they're at the 14-yard line.
I don't know that it was the Cabarrus offensive line moving the Anderson defensive line. I think it was just Cal.
Yeah.
Just doing it.
Just Cal doing it. Yeah, Cal's a bell. He's their bell cow right now. He's their big bell cow guy that's going to try to give the ball right back to him.
Yep, and he meets the first man who cannot bring him down. He finally gets up to the 12 or 13-yard line. And it took a whole bunch of Cavaliers zeroing in on him to make the stop.
Yeah, this offensive line is now playing with an attitude, James. They're trying to move that Anderson defensive line that's had their way, like I just said. But Cal Forster, again, taking 2 or 3 guys to get him down, not going down at first contact. So great job there by Forster, at least staying up, only gaining about 2 yards on the play. But I expect another big Forster run here coming up in just a moment.
2nd and 8. Ball at the 12-yard line for the Stallions, coming up on 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. We'll see if they can tie the ball game here. Boyd is in the shotgun. He's flanked by Forrester. Boyd takes the snap, looking, fires right, passes incomplete. There is a flag on the far side of the field.
Looks like a potential PI here. Looks like a little bit of a tug. Let's watch the replay here.
Well, it's on the far side away from the play. False start is what they'll get Cabarrus for.
Doesn't look like there's a false start here on the replay. Maybe the receiver took off a little bit early. I didn't catch it.
Receiver on the far side.
Receiver on the far side? Okay, I didn't catch that.
So it'll cost them 5 yards. Ball will get moved back to the 17-yard line.
I would go right back to Forrester. You're in it's 2nd down, so you're in 2nd and long. You're behind.
13, yeah.
You're behind the chains. So I would go for another Forrester run here, trying to just at least get a good amount of yards to maybe take a shot into the end zone.
Pitch to Forrester up the middle, trying to get some of that yardage back, and he'll get pretty close back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, so that's what I was.
14.
So yeah, that was what I was just talking about with Forster, getting back to the chains. 3rd and 10 here, looking to get inside the 5 here to get a 1st and goal. So I would say maybe a quick slant, a little bit of a speed out, try to get out to the flat to turn up, hit that sideline, and try to get up inside the 5 or even into the end zone.
See what the Cavaliers have cooking here. I'm sorry, the Stallions. See what the Stallions have cooking here. 3rd and 10. Harris and Forster. High snap. Harris has to pull it down, and he will just drop at the 27. So whatever play was drawn up, high snap kind of negates that. Unable to make anything happen there.
We're going to see our first field goal, James?
Let's see. We've had extra points. One for Anderson, and then the East Central Patriots in the 2nd game today here at this field. They kicked extra points. I don't think so. I think they're going to go for it here on...
I mean, it's not a bad decision. You're on the other side. You're in Anderson territory. So even if you get a big play and you don't get the 1st down, you're still setting Anderson up in their own territory and having to go the length of the field to try to make this a 2-score ball game.
It's 4th and 22 to the 4. That's 18. 4th and 18. Harris is in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Fires left. Wants Forrester. Incomplete. Pass is broken up by number 5, Hayden Johnson. He went one-on-one with the man who has 2 interceptions so far today and a great catch, and he won the battle, turning the ball over on 4th downs. What a job there.
Yeah, he's on an island right there all by himself, gets his head turned around, knocks that ball down. That's what every DB coach loves. Every DB coach would rather the corner knock the football down rather than go for the interception, because crazy things that can happen. You can tip it up to the receiver, or you may just miss the interception completely, which is fine. It's just as good as knocking the football down, but every DB coach would rather their secondary knock the ball down before they even go and play the ball.
Well, and if Johnson gets the interception there, they're back around the 4 or 5 yard line. Right now, the ball's spotted at the 22. So already 20 yards better field, 15, 20 yards better field position.
I think Eli Dempsey may have something to say about that.
But for Anderson, great job defensively, because Cabarrus, after the interception, they had something going. They were in down on their end of the field, knocking on the door, trying to get it in. They just unable to make it happen. And a timeout called here by Cabarrus. So we will step aside. This is the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. Anderson Cavaliers with a 1st and 10 after a huge defensive stand. And they're on into the field. This is going to be number 2, Tylee Morris, on the carry for a gain of 2 up to the 24-yard line. Will bring up a Cavaliers 2nd and 8.
Yeah, just an inside zone here. Eli Dempsey again getting in there, making the stop. Still gains about 2 or 3 yards on the play there. But Eli Dempsey, again, playing like a madman, makes the tackle right there.
Under 3 minutes to go now in the 3rd quarter. Fumble on the exchange. And this is going to be Prelo just tucking it, taking a little bit of a loss, but avoiding the turnover. Just bad exchange between quarterback and running back. Eli, that never happens.
Oh, yeah, no, never. But look, he's just bad exchange with Prelu and the running back there. Able to make, still gets swarmed by a bunch of Cabarrus defenders. Eli Dempsey in there as well. So great job. Still third down and long. So if Cabarrus can get a stop here, but potentially take it to the 4th quarter with the football, they may have a chance to finally score and make this even this game up, or even perhaps take the lead if they go for 2.
Under 2 minutes to go now. Clock is just a hair off in terms of seconds, but we are under 2 minutes on the game clock. Flag. Legal substitution, I believe. Nope, delay of game against the offense. So move them back 5 yards and move the Cavaliers back 5 yards to the 18-yard line.
So even if they don't get this and they do punt it, they have potential to set Cabarrus up in good field position. So if I'm Cabarrus, I'm bringing the house. I want to try to get good field position as the best field position you might have today.
3rd and 14. Pass was complete, but whistles are blown for a false start. Another negative 5 yards. And Eli, it's kind of in the story of the game. Obviously, Anderson able to score the touchdown. But up until that point for Anderson, their defense was just holding it. Offense just struggling, making mistakes, getting penalties. Here, you've already taken a delay of game and a false start. You've given up 10 yards. Now, if you've got a punt, that's 10 yards you've got to try to make up on the punt.
Exactly. You're trying to make up 10 yards. So right now he's been hitting it. Usually about 40 yards has usually been his average. So he would probably hit it right at the 45 possibly. Let's see if Anderson's able to get a few, like a chunk play, just make up a little bit of the yards you lost.
Pass across the middle, incomplete. Intended for number 24, Eli Still. Had his hand on it, had his fingertips on it. I think it was a great throw.
It was a good throw. He just goes up with one hand. Every receiver coach is going to tell you, go up with two hands, young fella. He tries to Odell Beckham it, but he's not able to come down with it. Even with two defenders there, you can't be the hero every time. You got to come down with two hands on the football.
Tipped a little bit. It's only going past the 30 and rolling out of bounds at the 32.
Let's get the replay on that.
Only a net of 20 yards.
All right, we have the replay right here. Let's see who breaks through. It's Eli Dempsey it was Eli Dempsey that breaks through and gets his big paw on that football, setting his offense up inside the 35.
Earlier in this quarter, Cabarrus with the interception, return down into Anderson's end of the field. Anderson had a great defensive stop, great defensive stand, but now all of a sudden Cabarrus still with the ball on Anderson's side of the field. Now, to their credit, Anderson burned a ton of time on that drive, like a ton of time.
Yeah, they burned a bunch.
And with only a one-score lead, that's the name of the game right there.
Yeah, they burned about 5 minutes on that drive. Even with those penalties, they still burned about 5 minutes off the clock. So Cabarrus still has a lot of ground to make up as they throw it here.
Deep pass, hauled in, and that's number 6 for Cabarrus, Braden Cheney, and it's a Stallions touchdown.
Yeah, that's just
Avery Harris with the touchdown pass.
That's just a straight 9 route by the receiver right there. Gets that outside release, is able to track the ball, boom, catches it, able to get the defender off him, stiff arms his way into the end zone. Talks a little bit afterward, but with all the frustration you've had off offense, I think that catch is going to make up for everything that you've been going through the last 3 quarters.
And Eli with a successful extra point attempt here. We got a tie ball game. Potentially going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
7.
Or if they go for 2, they could be up by 1.
Let's see what they decided to do here. They're going for 2. Harris just came into the game. Forrester's in the game.
Think about this, James. This could be for the win potentially, just due to how good these defenses are playing.
Eli? Harris is a quarterback. They just direct snapped it to Dempsey. Dempsey on the right-hand side. Stuffed. What a great job by Cavaliers number 1, T. Morris. Hit the replay. You're going to see Morris just take Dempsey's legs out from under him.
All right, so here's the replay right here. Looks like they ran a little fumble-rooski right there. Let's see what Dempsey does right here. Yep. Comes up, just takes his legs out underneath, and that's the name of the game. If he's too big, you got to go low. If he's going to go low, you got to go lower on that. So great play there by the Anderson defense coming up with a 2-point conversion stop.
They did end up throwing a flag for false start, but Anderson declined it.
Isn't a false start a pre-snap penalty?
I believe it was a false start call. there was a penalty that was declined by Anderson. I think I saw false start motion. But regardless, 2-point conversion attempt is no good. Your score with 43 seconds remaining in the third quarter, it's Anderson 6, Anderson 7, Cabarrus 6. And Eli, all day long, that Cabarrus offense has been trying to get something going with Forster. Harris has just been trying to figure out, who's going to be his guy to go to. And a huge passing catch between him and Chaney. Chaney taking it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, so that's got to give you a little slither of confidence if you're Cabarrus, knowing that you finally are able to complete a pass. Your receivers and your quarterback has finally made that connection for a big play. So just give the ball, ground and pound with Forster, and then able to chunk it up for a big explosive play on that touchdown pass is huge for Cabarrus and their confidence.
For the Stallions, ball bounce at the 15, fielded at the 10. This is Madison on the return on the right-hand side, looking for the edge, has the sideline, looking. There's no flags down. He's still going. 20, 15, 10, 5, end zone. Touchdown Cavaliers. They have answered Cabarrus in quick fashion and retaken the lead that they had.
If you just watch the replay, that's just speed kills, James. He hits the outside, he hits the sideline, and it's just a race from there. He beats it. He's got several blockers around him, able to get in the end zone for another Anderson score, making this 13-6.
Now the clock should have stopped after the touchdown. And I believe they're going to fix this. Let's see what they do. Because there was a solid 20 seconds still on the clock when he got in the end zone. Currently the clock's at 0. So there should be some more time tacked on, I believe. Quick update for those of y'all who are interested in the Arundel Parrott Evangel Christian game. Get an update here momentarily. We have a final score, Eli. Extra point attempt is good here at field 6. And Cabarrus, they score, and Anderson answers right back on the ensuing kickoff. And now they've got an 8-point lead, forcing a 2-point conversion attempt if Cabarrus is able to score again. Final score from up at field 5, it's Evangel Christian 38, Arundel Parrott 19. So Lightning with a 20-point win. So after this game, we've got one more. We've got one more coming up. It'll be on field 5 if you're here in person. Obviously, we'll have the broadcast right here on 8Man Extreme. Georgia Forest out of Sugar Hill, Georgia, taking on the Virginia Spartans out of Roanoke, Virginia. That'll be the main event for the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl. Big kickoff return there for the Stallions. Up to the 41-yard line. We'll get this clock updated real quick. Well, Eli, this is where your workhorses come in. If you're, your Eli Dempsey's, your Cal Foresters, you do need to burn clock. But you've got to score as well. You need your workhorses to come in and handle business.
Yeah. That translates into Forrester. He's been your bell cow the entire game. Throw a little Dempsey in there as well. Forrester's been your bell cow. He's been bouncing off first contact, and as we see,
even you can see the little flinch there on the near side, and they're going to get him for. They're going to call it on Anderson, offside.
All right,
or encroachment rather.
So that moves you up 5.
So now 1st and 5. And they've got the clock at 11:45.
And then you're all gonna.
1st and 5 for the Stallions after the encroachment penalty on Anderson. And they might have given him another 5 here. Let's see. They got encroachment again. 10 yards, Eli. A free 10 yards.
It looks like
Didn't even by 1.
And it looks like Cabarrus is going with the silent count now, causing Anderson to jump off sides not once but twice, moving Cabarrus down the field for an automatic first down.
So 1st and 10 from the Anderson 49 now. This is to Forrester. Forrester started inside, cut outside, and finally brought down at the 42-yard line. Nope, 43-yard line.
Still able to weave in and out, get a good chunk of yardage there, setting up a second and manageable. Good job by Forrester, bouncing off the first man. He's never gone down at first contact. So getting his own man out of his way, getting down, looks like close to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, they ended up marking it at the 44, so a gain of 5 on the play. I just thought about this, Eli. So obviously, first game of the day up at Field 5, you had the Tri-Cities Augusta game, 76-40 final, 116 points scored. So far on this field, let's see how the score ends up. But all the combined scoring on this field doesn't even come close to the final score of that game.
No, I believe 112 points were scored that game.
116. Now here's a carry by Dempsey, and he is stuffed for a loss of yards. It's they're gonna call it a loss of 6.
And it's that Anderson defensive line again penetrating that Cabarrus. Oh, that's just a blitz right up the middle by that strong side linebacker, shooting right through the B gap right there, getting that stop with his teammates right behind him.
116 points scored in that first game. 26 in the first one here, 28 in the second, and right now you're at 20.
Poof.
74 points.
Oof.
Compared to 116 in one game.
Oof.
Wild situation. This is the defensive field right here.
This is the defensive field.
This is the defensive field.
Because Tri-Cities was up. They had scored 42 points
And
by halftime.
Now, in complete fairness, and here's a quick pass out to Cheney, who has the touchdown for Cabarrus earlier. But he'll get. They might call him for a loss of 1. They're spotting it at the 48-yard line. In fairness, though, Eli, on this field they are going with a traditional. The 8-man games, they did a traditional 40-yard wide.
Oh, okay.
They've got the lines here just outside the numbers, as you can see. Up at that field, there was a full 53 and a half wide. Now that doesn't account the 11-man is using the whole field. But, the way this game is going.
There's 3 more
It's been
players.
a very ground and pound. Right. Well,
Yeah.
It's been a very ground and pound game. A little bit of passing here and there.
Looks like they're going to
Cabarrus
punt.
will punt this away. It'll be fielded by number 2. That's going to be Tylee Morris on the left-hand side, looking for the edge on the return. Picks up the last blocker he needed around the 20, and he's in for the touchdown. Great hustle there, and it might show on the replay that the number, a lower punt, like a line drive punt for Cabarrus.
He just snatched that out of the air, too.
And then watch right around the 20, picked up that last blocker he needed. He was great job by Tylee to wait for that last blocker and then go.
Yeah, good job waiting for that last blocker, being patient, and just be able to be led into the end zone for another Anderson score.
That's a very mature play.
Yes, you're being disciplined. You've been coached to play disciplined football. That's just another great example of how Anderson's been able to control this entire game.
And Anderson will kick the extra point again. Number 72, Mr. Cipriano Morales. And extra point is blocked. There was a flag. There was some movement. But I have a feeling that this penalty will be declined. Let's see. False start. Penalty declined. Extra point attempt is no good. So 7:41 to go in the fourth quarter. Cavaliers have returned a punt for a touchdown. They've now had a kickoff return for a touchdown and a punt return for a touchdown. It's put them up by 2 scores. They lead 20-6, 7:41 to go in the fourth quarter. This is the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl. Morales with a deep boot into the end zone for the touchback. And you know what, Eli, let's give the kicker some love. He did miss the extra point, had it blocked. He was good on the other 2 extra points on the first 2.
Well, you know what? Let's check the replay. Look at that.
Well,
Booming kick.
His kickoffs, everyone touchback. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think there's been a return. Maybe one.
There's been one.
Or one return.
The opening kickoff, he had one.
That's right.
It was just the opening kickoff.
But other than that, he is a weapon for Anderson in terms of just putting the ball deep.
Yeah, he's been really good getting his toe and hitting the leather and getting a really good spin on it. Not only allowing one return for Cabarrus all day. So really a good weapon for Anderson to have to avoid giving any other opponent they may play or any other opponent they play this year a good field position. So having a good kicker is always good for your football team.
The Georgia Force, the Greenville Hurricanes, a former A-man team, and the South Carolina Spartans round out the Southeastern Independent Football League along with the Anderson Cavaliers and Cabarrus Stallions. We got a flag here. Let's see what we've got. Illegal substitution on Cabarrus. 5-yard penalty. It'll move it back to the 15-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 15 for the Stallions. Harris fires left, intercepted into the end zone. That's number 12, Desmond Thompson.
And he just reads that like a book. There's your dagger, nail in the coffin, as some people may say. Just jumps the ball. If he wasn't going to get it, there was 2 or 3 other Anderson defenders there to get the interception and the pick six. Anderson has well but taken care of this game with only 7.5 minutes left.
Tack on the 6 points for the Cavaliers. And Morales is out to attempt his 4th extra point of the day. 2 for 3 so far.
Just make it for 3 for 4, Bubba. Come on. Or 3 for 5, Bubba.
Kick. Knuckleball is good. Morales 3 for 4 on the day.
Morales' BAT is good.
And Cabarrus now takes a 27-6 lead here in the 4th quarter. This is the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8 Manic Street. Return here for the Stallions. This is going to be number 18, Jackson Chilco.
Only the 2nd return for Cabarrus off of a kickoff return today, like we were talking about earlier.
We were just talking about this, and then Stallions able to get a return. We have another player down on the field around the 33-yard line. And while they tend to him, we're going to step aside. has made his way to the sideline under his own power, so always love to see that. Meanwhile, Cabarrus has a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Harrison at quarterback, a whole lot of movement. No, I'm sorry, that was not Harris. That is Forrester taking the direct snap. Still on his feet across the 45, 50, 45, and finally dragged down at the 38-yard line. A man run.
Yeah, that's Kyle Forrester doing what he does best. Just goes, again, does not go down. Has about 4 or 5 Anderson of Cavaliers on him and still gets off another guy and another and getting down to the 38-yard line. Great run by Kyle Forrester. He's been doing all that. He's been doing that all day, James.
Curious situation with a lot of movement before the play. You kind of wondered if maybe they were going to.
I think it was a free play.
Well, yeah, they kind of just let it go. So a 1st and 10 for the Stallions from the Anderson 37. Just under 6.5 minutes to go, down by 21. Forrester takes the direct snap again, makes the first man miss. Second man still holding on, and Forrester is able to fall towards the 30. Mark him at the 31 where his knee went. No. Maybe where the ball ended up. But regardless, they will mark him down at the 31, and it'll be 2nd, and looks like 2nd and 5.
Yeah, based off the replay, it looks like he's down at the 31. So I would say that's a correct call by the refs there.
Anderson obviously looking forward to kicking off their season with the win. Cabarrus having made it to the Southeastern Independent Football League Championship last season. They'll start out their season with a tough loss, barring an absolute 5-minute miracle.
Yeah, 5-minute miracle. You're down 3 scores.
I mean, to me, Eli, the focus, I think, changes a little bit more. Here's a carry by Cabarrus, number 45, Alejandro Herrera. At this point of the game, the focus changes really for both teams, and it's to get out of here with no more injuries.
Yeah, get out of here with no injuries. They're just running the ball, trying to get out of here healthy. You still got right under 5 minutes on the clock. Just trying to get out of here. Make sure everybody's good, everybody good to go based off the amount of injuries we've seen today already, not even just in this game, but in all the other games as well. So I'm sure they've paid attention to that, and they're just like, we just need to get out of here and make sure that we're at 100% and getting ready for next week.
Just over 4 minutes to go. 3rd and 5. Pass is incomplete. Cheney unable to haul it in. He's got the only touchdown of the day for the Stallions. Going to bring up a 4th and 5 now. Just over 5 minutes to go. Well, this is only the first 11-man game of the day. Obviously, all 8-man games before this one. But this is only the first 11-man game. Couple teams that folks in the homeschool football community may be familiar with. The Georgia Force, been around for quite a while, coming out of Sugar Hill, Georgia, and the Virginia Spartans coming out of Roanoke, Virginia. They'll be squaring off here at Rocky Top Sports World. It'll be up on Field 5, but you can watch right here on 8-Man Extreme. And it'll be the main event of all the games today. Really a mixed bag, Eli, in terms of You've had defensive struggles. You had a high-scoring game. You had a close game. You had a blowout. I mean, you got the whole bag of games today.
Yeah, everything. If you love football, you got everything you wanted today. You've had shootouts, like you said, shootouts, defensive struggles. You've had shutouts. You've had basically everything you've asked for. Kind of a little bit of a preview you're going to get from all these teams around the 11-man and 8-man world.
Eli, just now, Forrester had a direct snap, and obviously I'm saying his name because he got the ball. When he went down on the ground, I looked, and there were only 3 Anderson players not within 3 yards of him.
Yes.
So 8 Anderson players within 3 yards of Forrester trying to get him on the ground.
Yeah, they're hanging on for dear life. That's what they've been doing all day. The only one that's been able to try to get him down, I don't remember what number he was, but actually it was Eli Still that just went out of the game. He was able to get him down.
Yeah, it was Still.
It was Eli Still.
Well, that was Dempsey.
Oh, he got Dempsey down. He got Dempsey down. Yeah, so really they're having to gang tackle Forrester down to the ground. Looks like Cabarrus is going to try to get something going here, taking a timeout, trying to cook something up.
I think Anderson called this timeout. So they have 1 remaining, and we will step aside. This is the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. Stallions would love to, at minimum, tack 1 more touchdown on. But an interception here. This is number 1 for the Cavaliers, T. Morris. And he's going to take this thing the distance. There are no flags. Forrester's down at the 43-yard line. And Eli, let's hit a replay right now as quick as we can.
Yeah, you can't see the interception, but he just jumps the route, is able to take it the distance. Looks like Forrester's just cramping. Looks like he's going to be okay. And if I'm Cabarrus, I want to sit Forrester the rest of the game. He's too important. You can't use him right now. You have to wait to use him for the rest of the season. He's too valuable to your team.
In fairness, though, I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see. I see where you're coming from, but also, I am curious if Forrester's the kind of guy that will sit.
I don't think he is.
So that'll be
Anderson hasn't made him sit down at all tonight, so I don't think his coaches will be able to.
Fair enough. 2:56 to go here in the ball game. And Morales will look to go 4 for 5. He's 3 for 4 on extra points on the day. Snap. And they will just fall on it. Eli, do you know who was there to touch down the holder and not even let the kid get away?
Eli Dempsey.
Eli Dempsey. Young man came through the line and the holder just goes, you know what? Nope. Not today.
Not today.
So, 2:46 to go in the ball game. Cavaliers 33, Stallions 6. Brawl is set to kick off for the Cavaliers with their 27-point lead. Thank you so much for joining us here at Bud Parton Field. This is Field 6 of Rocky Top Sports World. Morales with a bomb inside the 10. It is fielded, and it will be returned by the Stallions. I believe it's number 12. Yep, Liam Watson with the return. Third game of the day played here on this field. 3 games already played up at Field 5 at the main field. And one more to go here at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central between Georgia Force and Virginia Spartans. Theodore Fernandez on camera, Eli Cornett on color and replay. Myself, James Shannon, here on play-by-play. Up at the main field, we've kind of had a rotation today. Spencer Thompson on play-by-play and computer. Brendan Daniels has done some color commentary and worked the camera as well. As Blake Biggs, he has worked on some camera work and done some color commentary as well. So all 6 of us kind of pitching in, rotating, getting it done, and coming up at the 7 p.m., 6 p.m. game, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, Eli and Brendan will be on the call for that one. Cal Forrester takes the snap, looking, and he is going to be taken down at the 25-yard line.
And he's down.
And Eli, we just talked about this. Could the coaches keep him off the field?
I think that's a negative, Ghost Rider.
I think he has served his team well today. A huge round of applause to Cal Forrester for his effort today. Obviously, football being one of the only sports that one guy cannot make a team great.
Absolutely, and he's still trying to get up as the training staff runs out there.
Now, if you put 11 Cal Forresters out there,
Oh, the score is flipped the other way.
level. But a huge round of applause from Cabarrus, the Cabarrus parents, the Anderson parents as well. Everyone recognizing the effort that he gave today. And you can see Eli, he does not want to come off the field, but
Nope.
just struggled to get up off the ground just now. You gotta.
Your day's done, kid. Your day is done. You've served your team well today. Get ready for next week. Get healthy. And you had a great game today, Cal.
This is number 45 for Cabarrus, Alejandro Herrera with the carry. I'm curious each of these teams' next opponent. So let's see if we can figure out real quick. Fix our clock real quick. There's a minute 40 remaining. So Cabarrus next week, they will take on Mountain Island Charter out of Mount Holly. Bad snap over the head, and this is going to be Herrera having to fall on it at the 2 or 3 yard line.
Now, James, we've had everything defensively in this game. Could we get a safety right now? We're in safety territory.
I feel like that would just be like if you came into the game, I feel like if you had a bingo card with anything that could happen, and we get a safety, you would get a bingo.
Yes, absolutely.
Like that's what I'm getting off of this. Next week, the Cabarrus Anderson Cavaliers they will take on the Greenville Hurricanes, former 8-man team. They're in South Carolina. So Cabarrus will take on Mountain Island Charter, and then Anderson and Greenville will face off. Under 30 seconds to go. I want to give a big, huge thank you to everyone for watching. As we wrap it up here from Bud Parton Field here on the campus of Rocky Top Sports World. And we'll call I believe it's a delay of game on Cabarrus. But just so that they can get to the end, the penalty will be declined. They're going to leave the ball at the 2-yard line. And the Anderson Cavaliers will kick off the 2024 season with a win. Hard-fought game between the Cavaliers and the Stallions. But that'll do it from down here at Field 6, Bud Parton Field, here on the campus of Rocky Top Sports World. It'll do it for me, James Shannon, as play-by-play. Thank y'all so much for tuning in throughout the day for the 3 games we had here. We've had the 3 games on the main field. Main event coming up, Georgia Force, Virginia Spartans, Eli Cornett, Brendan Daniel will be on the call. Go catch that game and make sure you tune into Extreme Talk tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern. We'll recap all the 8-man action from this past weekend. We'll talk to some coaches, and we will preview the games coming up next weekend. For Theodore Fernandez, Brendan Daniel doing some camera work early on, Eli Cornett, I'm James Shannon. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all go over and watch the other game.